Welcome back. We're right here where we left off. That was some ghetto pose. We're using its sense of pain. The Orca have begun probing the girl with the tips of their noses. The girl provides no resistance, her mouth flapping open and closed. This is bad. I have to... Small but sharp teeth peek out from the small opening in the Orca's mouth. The tips of its teeth seem to sparkle and my pulse quickens. There's no time left to test another method. The sensation of pain. I have heard that fish have no sense of pain, but orca are mammals, the same as humans. There's no doubt they would have the ability to feel pain. I take my eyes off the computer and glance about my surroundings. I search for something that can serve as a weapon. I spot a mop that has fallen over in a corner of the room. I approach the mop and grab it, deciding that this will be my weapon. If I aim for the eyes, even I can do it. Even I know how powerless I am. But if it's a soft spot like the eyes, I should be able to get them to fall back with this mop. I'll save you now. I ready myself, then leap at the orca. I thrust the opposite end of the mop at the orca in front of me. The tip of the wooden mop digs into the orca's right eye. It gives little resistance, only a soft sensation in return. Right away, fresh blood floats upwards, defying gravity. It acts the same as blood flowing to the surface when you've started bleeding underwater. The orca shakes its large body as if it is moaning in pain. Ah! As I shout, I pierce the orca's left eye with the mop, trampling against a squishing sensation. I pull all of my strength into it. Even as fear takes over, it isn't as if I can't stand by without taking action. Even after seeing blood spout out from its left eye, I continue to stab it. The nerves inside the eye are connected to the brain. With the mop handle being as long as it is, I can reach the orca's brain. No! Ah! I will kill the orca. Yes, do it! Fuck Peter! Despite the fact that I'm the one doing the attacking, I scream. If I had just seen such a big creature at the aquarium, I would have thought how cute it was. But I have to kill it now. I push the mop into its brain, twisting it as I do so. Looking away, I twist the mop faster and faster. I am scrambling its brains by my own hands. If I don't resolve myself to this, we will both die. The orca gives no resistance and stops moving. When I pull the mop out, the left eye dangles from the still connected red muscle. I did it. Somehow I killed one. Now I just have to do the same to the other two. I steady my quickening breathing and ready the mop. I'll save you. When I turn back to the girl, I am shoved up against the wall. What? Before my eyes is a large body. It presses against my abdomen with a strength that contrasts with its cute exterior. No, it can no longer be considered cute. Having lost both eyes, the stench of blood rises from those hollow black cavities like steam. My face is dirtied, showered in that fishy smelling blood. It's a zombie orca. Its left eye dangling from a red muscle glares at me. What? Eye? The stench of a rotting corpse is already wafting off the orca's body. Reddish brown mucus spills from its mouth. Suddenly it feels as if something touches my hand, something with the same feel as the scrambled brains. The mob is easily broken by the orca's body and floats around me. Ugh! Unable to endure it, I cough up air. The air turns to bubbles as I look towards the ceiling. No, there's no longer a ceiling there. This is underwater. If it weren't, blood wouldn't float upwards and the mop wouldn't float about. Instead of air, I breathe in water. It's salty. Seawater. I can no longer breathe. A dull sound resonates, caught by the sound two orca follow. Ah! As if playing around, two of them ram me with their bodies. My insides are jumbled. Something bitter wells up in my mouth. I vomit up something reddish brown. It resembles guts on an anatomical model. The only difference is how soft this is. The orca bare their fangs, as if they've finished playing. Little by little my body is diminished. I am becoming a part of the orca. Unable to be properly consumed by the orca, I was supposed to kill. My flesh spills out from its eyeballs. That's right. The eyes and mouth are connected. There's one more thing I've realized. That I'm probably already dead. So is that true? Are an orca's eye and the mouth connected? Earth-shattering. So why? Well, it would make sense. Oh, she's sleeping with the... No, she's just chilling with the jellyfish. She's like... like a real goth. I really love the music in this game. So, pain is wrong. Let's use smell then. The Orca have begun probing the grove. No, it's not fighting. This is bad, I have to. I put quickness. There's no time left. No sense of smell. No, I have to calm down. Sharks have a keen reaction to the smell of blood, so it could be the same for Orca. No, that shouldn't be it. I have heard that in exchange for the development of their sense of hearing, Orca hardly use their sense of sight or their sense of smell. When I take my eyes off the monitor, I spot a mob that has fallen over in a corner. Oh. It's the same, huh? Yeah. Yes, kill it. Come back. It's a Zombo Orca. Yeah. It's the same thing. Earth-shattering, yeah. So... She just manned up there, like, oh no, they can't smell, I'm gonna kill it. In an instant, like, there could be another method, no, I'm gonna kill it. Use its sense of hearing. The Orca have begun probing the machine right in front of me. The speaker! I discovered the volume setting on the liquid crystal display and hastily recalled something inside my mind. Sound. Ultrasonic waves. The sense of hearing. I remember something I saw on TV about Orca and their environment. Dolphins, whales, and other similar species use sound for communication. The various species make noise and can comprehend that sound. These are creatures with excellent hearing. Anything's fine, just some noise. That's my only hope, I think. If I can make a loud enough sound, I can probably repel the Orca. Setting aside my feelings of impatience, I set the volume as high as possible. All that's left is where the playback comes from. I wonder where the sound comes out, huh? At that moment, chill runs up my spine. The girl and the three Orca are at the periphery of my vision. Then I wonder what in the world it was that just brushed against my spine. Could it have been... Despite trying to keep it under control, my heartbeat has rapidly increased. Sweat drips from my forehead. There's one more Orca here now, 4 in total. Huh? As I realize what is happening, I suddenly feel my legs floating. And my entire body is floating. We already had that. My body gives violent shake. The ocean has inside of a semi-truck. The force from being pushed caused the pole grab to spin about. The Orca opens its mouth right before my eyes. The fangs, which I have seen only from a distance, seem very large at point-blank range. Now, you may put my body back, aiming slightly away from the Orca. The velocity at which I'm floating backwards is still much slower than the speed of the Orca's approach. As I'm trying to use the pole I'm holding in my right hand as an axis, it begins to spin. Falling victim to the current created by the Orca's movement, I lose hold of the pole. An Orca approaches from the front, seizing me. Okay, it was right, okay. You could just play death metal. Just as the Orca's fangs grazed my head, a screeching Sound reverberates. Kia! My body hits the hard floor with a thump. With hard, ragged gasp, I realize I can breathe. What? The seawater that once surrounded me now gone. I am once again in the place with other machines. As if a filter has been placed over my ears, I cannot hear clearly. Strange. More importantly, that girl. There's nothing where my eyes land. Seeing that a shadow has fallen over me, I look over my shoulder. The girl from earlier is touching the machine. It seems as if she is talking, but I can't understand what she is saying, because I cannot hear, as if someone has covered my ears. On top of the computer is a microphone, spun around. It's the type connected directly to the machine. Right? The holding and the clicking sound, you may a bit of a hearing. As the filter over my ears fades, I am able to understand the girl's words. The clicking sound, the ultrasonic waves the Orca emit, the loud volume of that sound probably repelled the Orca. The illusion of being in the water is also gone. Somehow, we seem to have escaped danger. As I stand up, I start to feel relieved. Good. Don't start feeling relieved on your own. If you look at the big picture, our situation hasn't changed all that much. Huh? Marie? What did you say? Long hair and a bit shorter than I. I didn't realize it earlier, but she has the look of my missing little sister from behind. Her hairstyle and color are different, but something about her makes me feel nostalgic. The girl turns away from the machine and looks back at me. Her eyes are the same color as Marie's, after all. If Marie had continued to grow, she would surely look like this. If you're going to cause a disturbance, don't involve me. Well then... Wait a second. I refuse. Oh, bitch mode activated. With no concern for me, the girl begins to walk away. She must know something. My intuition tugs at me. Wiping the dust off my butt, I follow after her. It isn't that I'm trying to cause a disturbance. If I truly believe this girl to be Marie, then I may have to deny what I see before me. I only want to speak with the girl. However, in spite of these thoughts, my words will not come out. This would make a pretty good anime. And there we go. I'm searching for my little sister who went missing here 5 years ago. You look a lot like her, that's all. So this is why you saved me then? No, that's not it. It's just you were in danger, so... I don't get it. Well then, tell me what you know about this mountain aquarium. Because my little sister and my friend, Marie and Jimeno, I want to save them. Jimeno, the girl from earlier. You were able to pull yourself together then. The girl stops walking for a bit. In that moment of inaction, I am able to reach her side with small steps. Giving me a sideways glance, the girl speaks quietly. I pay back my debt now. Debt? The debt I owe for you saving me. I don't see it as something you have to pay back at all. I think it is. Because I don't know when either you or I will die. I should pay it back while we are still alive. So within this malicious mountain aquarium... Malicious mountain aquarium? The place where we are standing, it was born from an incident 5 years ago. A malicious alternate dimension existing alongside the regular one. If it weren't, such bizarre phenomena couldn't occur. Malicious alternate dimension? What exactly do you mean? If I could explain it, I wouldn't be having all this trouble. The girl says curtly, and just like that turns around. Her words only deepen this mystery further. This alternate dimension world, could it be like the parallel world Yoshi-san was talking about? Paying no heed to my being deep in thought, the girl starts walking again. Wait, at any rate, could we at least say we are trapped in this aquarium? To my knowledge, though I haven't tested that theory. I'm getting out of here together with someone precious to me, because I will save Jimeno. Do what you want. Don't you want to escape as well? If you do... Come with me, then come with me. Don't treat me like a child. I have no desire to run away from this place. The girl rejects my proposition flat out, giving the impression that she would never accept. Quickening her pace, she walks back in the direction of the previous room. But I was planning to go this way too. That's right, in the end moving forward means our destinations are the same. Moving at a trot, I follow the girl. What is wrong with that girl? There are stairs at the end of the underground passage. Climbing those stairs leads to a waiting room for staff. According to the map, it seems this waiting room is connected to the passageway where Hiyoshi-san went crazy. However, I cannot hear any particular strange sounds. There are various things scattered about this room, and they seem to have been left this way for some time, but it doesn't appear to be in disrepair the way the stage is. Why are you following me? Because in order to find the clues to escaping from this aquarium, I have to keep moving forward. Is that so? By the way, can you tell me your name? If you're going to ask someone their name, you should give yours first. Right. I'm Nakanobe Mayumi. I'm usually called Mayu. How about you? There's no need for me to tell you. The girl mixes his sign with this brief conversation, thinking that I'm the one who feels like sighing. I don't know. I always forget to look up this word. I know what it means. It's like somehow the conversation has come to a close. Though her attitude towards me is cold, she has shown no outright aggression, reassuring me that I'm no longer alone. It feels like someone was here recently. I mutter on spotting someone's clothes and partially consumed sports drink. As if having reached the same conclusion, the girl returns my glance. In this aquarium, each room is completely different, being completely ruined or being in use like this room. You think so too, then? She's surprisingly receptive to what I said. The girl sits down on the sofa in the staff room, motioning for me to sit opposite her. She seems to be telling me she wants to talk everything over thoroughly. Oh, hi there. The phenomena of Manton Aquarium. You mentioned how every room is different, but I think that each door you take is different. What exactly do you mean? I hoped you'd be sharper, but you're a blockhead after all. You have also experienced opening a door to find things have changed, am I wrong? Yeah, I have. Things like hearing strange voices or having a normal person go crazy. The girl placed her hand on her chin, a serious expression appearing on her face. I didn't think she would listen to what I had to say at all, but apparently Manton Aquarium is the exception. You said also. Does that mean you have as well? When I entered one room, I was choked by the stench. I thought it was from the tanks not being filtered. But no matter how many rooms I passed through, I realized the situation in each room was completely different. It was the same for me. Oh, we have the same smell thing going on. Thinking I didn't completely grasp the situation, I tried going back the way I came. When I did so, the situation was completely different the first and second time around. At first, the fish in the stinky tanks were swimming about. Do you get it? When you open the door, the circumstances of the room change? At the very least, the doors are the key. After hearing your story, I'm convinced. That's why we opened the door and died all the time. After saying this, the girl rises and adjusts the hem of her skirt. She has a pretty cool outfit, I must say. Looks pretty cool. Well, I'll be off. Wait a minute. Shouldn't we share information, like what things are like in each area? There's no need. It changes each time you open a door. So all of our experience up to this point are in the past. So what if we open the door to Himeno again? Maybe she's normal. With that cold attitude, the girl puts her hand on the exit door. Somehow I fear that trying to stop this girl from going on alone is pointless. Slumping my shoulders with the realization that I will once again be alone, I discover a book lying on the sofa. There's the book. Where you were sitting just now, is that a diary? A diary? Could it belong to one of the staff of Manton Aquarium? The girl reacts with sudden interest and returns to the spot facing me. Somehow, just as the girl said, it seems to be the diary of a Manton Aquarium staff member. A bit larger than a paperback, it is similar to a pocket notebook. Let me see it. The girl takes the diary from my hands and opens it. This date, it's from 5 years ago. From 5 years ago? 5 years ago. The date Marie went missing and that the incident the girl mentioned occurred. Manton Aquarium was the thing these two incidents had in common. This diary has something important written inside. That is what my intuition... I know that the thing when you feel something. What is it? Intuition Intuition. On German, it's like intuition. Intuition is telling me. I want to look too. Pulling back the girl's arm as she reads the diary on her own, I force my way in so I can peek at it as well. Oh no, it's blank. In the beginning, it's all a simple description of this person's shop. I'm interested in how the fish are cared for and the hidden workings of the aquarium, but now is not the time. The girl flips through the book, looking for important information. This is what I want as well. Let's take our time going through this part. The date is one I recognize, a cold day halfway through January. The date of my first visit to Mountain Aquarium, a day of destiny. There's been an accident, a big one. The fish in the deep-sea fish booth died due to an error in the pressure control valve, and in the ensuing panic, Director Sakuragi died as problems with the machinery increased. What? Why did he die? The loan on the deep-sea fish booth hasn't even paid off yet, but tomorrow it will be closed down right away. It's being called a closure, but the staff is being called together. I'm so down. I'm moving on. Okay. The girl continues flipping through the diary. Could this director's death have been the incident the girl was talking about? For some time after that entry, it seems to be just his grumblings. Evidently the girl is skipping over these parts. Seems this employee was going through some tough times. It's been 3 months to the day since we started operating with deep sea fish booth closed down. Customer traffic has decreased, even though we do have the tuna tank and jellyfish booth. Thanks to it being promoted as a date spot, the amount of couples coming in is increasing. Our bonuses have probably been cut, but it seems we can continue without losing any staff. Finally, an optimistic entry. 3 months since the accident. For a recovery, it happened pretty fast. I don't think I was as positive as he was 3 months after Marie disappeared, because you can't compare these two things. He was just like, maybe I will get fired, or maybe my loan will get cut, my payroll will get cut or something. You lost a family member. You can't compare these. The girl finally begins to read on in the diary. After a month passes in the diary, the speed with which she flips through the pages slows down. Lately, strange rumors have begun to spread, like that the water in the tank turns to blood, or that the director's ghost swims about. They are urban legends. I don't know who's spreading these rumors, but they seem to be popular amongst high school girls. Thanks to that, the amount of high school girl customer is increasing. It's probably a one-time boom. Once the boom is over, there's no doubt that the amount of customer will recede in contrast. They've been around for 5 years. These rumors. The girl nods at my words. She still doesn't take her eyes off the diary. Though the rumors should be fading into obscurity, they seem to be steadily increasing in their grandeur. I've been asked things by the girls like, the director was killed, right? It was a murder, right? That shouldn't be happening. Well, it's fine as long as the girl is cute. Okay, my pedometer is increasing. For a second, a skull appears on the girl's face. The staff person candid thoughts aren't really reassuring. It would probably be impossible for anyone to remain neutral about this, so I can sympathize with the girl's silent expression. Even amongst the staff here, rumors have begun to spread. Even those who are decent adults are keeping them alive. I want Kusuki to stop with there are so many fishy things about the accident in the deep sea fish booth and playing detective. The girl paused briefly as she thinks something over, but when she realizes I'm looking at her, she flips the page noisily. That Kusuki, he's been out for 3 days now. He's pushed his luck too far by encouraging these rumors. It doesn't seem to be just someone skipping work. The girl's puzzled expression gives a hint of something more. That guy, ever since he came back, he's gotten weird. How are the fish? How is the ghost? I'm the only one that's actually listening to him. From here, the writing gets messy. It does. Don't play around, stop messing with me. What's going on? Kusuki drowned to death in one of the tanks. I thought he'd been going too far with these rumors, but he was a good guy. Everyone else has started calling it a curse. What's going on, damn it? Again, someone died in Mountain Aquarium. And he was a person who was active in spreading the urban legends. With that, the rumors would become easier to swallow, for children and adults. Something is weird. Lately, deaths amongst the creatures we have on display have increased. After all our work to recover, management is hitting a slump again. The weird rumors aren't going away either. Why can I see the ghost of a girl inside the aquarium? It's so over the top, I don't get any of it. The two of us continue to read intently. Lately I'm seeing fish everywhere, as if seeking prey. I have a voracious appetite. Come to think of it, I've started to think that rumor in particular might be true. After the closing of the exhibit, I've seen a girl with long hair. Even though it's June, she's wearing winter clothes. There's no doubt about that. What? Without my noticing, that word slips out. No, that's wrong. Denial appears in my mind. The girl notices that I've fallen into a strange state and she curtly says, "Concentrate." Either way, I'm already concentrating. I take a deep breath and steady my breathing, squinting to follow the words of the diary. I've gone crazy, or so many of them say. What's crazy about me? I haven't the slightest idea. There's an aquarium, so it shouldn't be weird for there to be fish everywhere. Look, even as I write this, they swim around me. There's a clownfish. He's looking for his son. This is probably the same phenomenon as I experience. Yeah. Fish swimming about even in places with no water. It had to be connected to the phenomenon in the underground control room. Even with this girl and I having experienced being attacked ourselves, it feels like I'm still resisting this for some reason. Lately I feel like I'm going to drown. I wonder if my book is weakening. Nevertheless, is weakening. Nevertheless, everyone is so cruel. Even if I were to start drowning in this room, no one would help me. Drowning with no water there. That's... yes, the same phenomenon. And by this room, maybe... the room we're in right now. The staff room. I want to go ahead and quit. I'm at my limits. Fish are swimming around everywhere. No matter where I go, I feel like I'm drowning. No matter what, no one believes me. Ever since Kazuki died, I'm miserable. The next entry is the last. Yeah, let's take a look. I wonder if my past life was as a fish. Recently, I feel no resistance in the water. I wonder what that means. Who knows? He killed himself. The girl closed the diary and placed it on the table with a dull thud. The last entry in the diary was the July 10th, around the same time of year as now. I wonder what could have happened to the staff member after that. I somehow know the answer. Surely he met the same end as the one called Kazuki. As I mull over my doubts, I notice a half-full plastic bottle on the table. This juice. The expiration date on it is from 4 years ago. There was a calendar on the other side, but it's also from 4 years ago. I thought this room seemed to have been recently in use, but it's the Manton Aquarium from 4 years ago. 4 years ago. Yes, the price in the pamphlet left there are also 200 yen cheaper than they are now, so there's no doubt about it. Despite my lingering doubts, I believe what she says. Up to this point, I've seen time passing in a weird fashion here many times. Rather than being in awe of the fact that we are in the Manton Aquarium of long ago, I'm more caught up in the realization of how many years have passed. Once, 4 years ago, Manton Aquarium closed down for about half a year. It was right around July. Surely that was when this employee died. I had no idea. It wouldn't have been that big a deal. There are other things for people to do for fun. Anyway, the current urban legends about Manton Aquarium probably came from this period, and they aren't merely rumors. You're saying there could be others that wound up in similar circumstances to ours? Yes. Moreover, there may be someone who got out of this Manton Aquarium. There has to be a clue somewhere after all. This diary hints at it. However, this diary holds one more possibility, that 3-day absence from work. After that disappearance, the person called Kazuki had an accident and died. Kazuki had returned to the real world, but was unable to live on peacefully. There's a stinging sensation inside of me. The reason we came to Manton Aquarium was because of Himeno's ghost story. Couldn't that also been someone who returned from Manton Aquarium? The story's content was different, but the result was the same. The full moon and red water could be considered a dramatization of an urban legend. There's something that's bothering me. It's a ghost story I heard from Himeno. Ghost story? Having caught the girl's attention, I tell her the story as we sit. I forget some of the finer details and mix up the order, but I give her the same general story. You heard the story from that girl Himeno. You don't know any more details? That's all I heard. Himeno insisted it was a rumor, so she probably doesn't know any further details either. I see. By any chance, have you heard that story as well? Some time passes, but the girl still doesn't say anything else on the subject. The girl's expression seems a little different than it has up until now, but I cannot get a deeper read on it. Not allowing the silence to continue much longer, the girl speaks without looking at me. Thinking about it won't do any good. Well, I'm going. Oh, she's sliding away. Wait, didn't I tell you? I have no desire to run from an aquarium. The girl says this over her shoulder, putting her hand on the door to the staff room. According to the map, the side the girl exits from leads to the gate. The girl having turned down my request for company, I can see that she's no longer going to stop to help me, so I don't try to make her. And now I am all alone again. Once again, this room has neither the sound of machines nor that of ventilation fans, so I can hear the beating of my timid little heart. Oh, I remember another rumor the staff member wrote in the diary. A girl with long hair and winter clothes. The girl was referred to as a ghost. She wasn't the story Himeno told. What it may have hinted at was that Marie had already become a ghost, so the Marie that had appeared before me was... One part of me agrees with that thinking, but another part of me rejects it. I am torn between the two and the inside of my eyes grows out. But there's no use in thinking about it. I have to move forward. If I falter, nothing will change, right? I am all alone again, but it isn't as if I don't know anything. It isn't as if I can't do anything. So now I think this might be blue. I'm making a cut here. This might be blue, but this could be important. You need to save Himeno or Marie. And we're going for Himeno. I want that sweet lesbian stuff going on. So hope you enjoyed so far, and to see you in the next part of Sound of Drop, Fall into Poison. See ya.